Is it time to panic? The Broncos are 5-0. Is it time to panic?
Exactly.
I find it so amazing that fans, and I wrote in the column that in 1977, at exactly the same week, the Broncos became 5-0, went to Oakland and won, and there was not one person in this town that complained about the offense. Not one person, not me, not anybody else. Nobody complained. People were just happy to be 5-0. It's what's happened in society. Really, think about it. People are not happy to be 5-0.
No.
And
well, it's also about raised expectations. It's about a bar that Peyton has set throughout his career. I've been saying this forever. We're spoiled by what we've seen the last 3 years.
Well, let's don't put it all on Peyton.
So when
I know you're not, but let's don't put it that Peyton's raised the bar. Gary Kubiak came back, and one of the questions he was asked in his press conference is, your goal here to win the Super Bowl? And he said, oh, I wouldn't be coming back here. Of course, I've been a part of those. He's been a part of 3, 1 in San Francisco, 2 in Denver, and he's raised the bar. John Elway has said that nothing short of winning the Super Bowl is acceptable behavior for the Broncos. So who set the bar high? Was it Peyton Manning? Was it? I've never heard Peyton Manning say my goal is to win the Super Bowl. I've never heard him say that.
Does he need to? I don't think he needs to. I think we know that.
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm stating fact that I've never heard in all my conversation with Peyton Manning saying. I remember asking him once, if he doesn't win another Super Bowl, how does he feel about it? And he said, well, we gauge ourselves on various objectives. And he never even would respond to that question, because I even brought up John Elway, went through his career and was very disappointed he hadn't won a Super Bowl, but he did win 2 before when we had the conversation, it was before he won the 2. And so Peyton is not the one who gets up on a podium and says we're going to win. Gary Kubiak said that was his goal here, was to win the Super Bowl. John Elway has maintained that. So when you start to talk about as Peyton Manning raised the expectations, I think you've got to add in those 2 guys. I'm sure that when I talk about people panicking, that I probably was accused of that by a couple of guys when they were on the plane going back, and Peyton Manning, for instance, and Gary Kubiak, because of the questions, the pointy questions I asked him about. I said the opening statement to Peyton Manning was, are you satisfied or are you frustrated? And he didn't really want to deal with that. But that seemed to me a normal question. And then I asked Gary Kubiak, and I want to talk about that day. I asked Gary Kubiak about how he's going to fix this offense. And I still haven't gotten a real on it. You know, we're going to keep working at it. Is that how, if I said to you, how are they going to fix the offense? Are you going to say they're going to keep working at it? Or are you going to give me specific ways they can improve? That's the question I want to ask you today. Let me start. How can they improve this offense? And don't give me that wait and see, let's see what happens kind of thing. Give me specific ways they could improve this offense.
I think it all starts with the offensive line. And they have to figure out exactly what the best combination is on that offensive line. And if they have to change it up every single day in practice and throughout the bye week next week, that is where I think everything else will fall into place. If that offensive line can start gelling, then the running game starts gelling. Peyton has the protection. He's not getting rid of the ball early and not being able to read the field the way he likes to read the field. It all starts with the offensive line. That's what needs to get fixed first and foremost.
What would be second? I'll give you 4 options.
Good question. Okay.
Peyton Manning, does he need to be replaced? Does he need to play better?
Whoa.
B,
replaced?
Wait, I'm going to give you options. Does he need to be replaced by Brock? Well, we're hearing social media. Oh,
I know.
Everybody loves a backup quarterback, a guy they've never seen. Is it Peyton Manning? Should they replace him? Should they do something with him? B, are the wide receivers, specifically Demaryius Thomas, the fault here? C, can't be James Casey. He's been cut. The fullback, the only fullback that has been cut.
Right.
Is it the formation they're running? Are the plays being called Gary Kubiak? Is he the one who's making the mistakes here? Or is it the tight ends who aren't spitting a drop? Daniels is not really catching balls. I've said that over and over again. Virgil Green, do you remember any great moments from Virgil Green? You're talking about the offensive line, but who else is at fault here?
I'll tell you what I would do if I were Gary Kubiak. I would say, guys, we're going back to what worked and what set records 2 years ago and what was really good the first half of last season. Peyton, we're going to run the offense the way you want to run the offense. We've got a defense that we know that can bail us out. Nothing right now is working on offense. Not the running game, not pass protection. Peyton's turning the ball. This is unbelievable.
Not even
to
the
me.
passing. The passing game ain't working.
Passing game ain't working either. I mean, he's thrown 6 touchdown passes versus 7 interceptions. He hasn't been this bad since his rookie year. I know he's not happy. You know he's not happy. The last 2 post-game news conferences, he's been at that podium after wins, and he looks like he just got beat 40-0, and he's searching for answers. I'm saying, guys, we're going back to the offense that worked. Have at it. Done.